Well, I took a risk. I didn't want to do the 2-year-olds until after I raced Memory and Imagination. I just thought he was part of it, so I wanted to make sure that I gave a full account, including Memory and Imagination, of where we're at and what we're doing with the 2-year-olds. There's some we're going to turn out, there's some we're going to keep going with, and I think he's going to fall into the latter. We'll keep going with him, race him and Pickpocket in the Bluegrass next week. And, hey, congrats.
Hey,
your horse race good, eh?
Top Billy race real nice,
Yeah,
real nice.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, she got the house good, everything good.
Yeah.
Tomorrow with the colt, right?
Tomorrow with the colt,
Yeah,
Thank you. Well, that was Peter Wren. He drove Pickpocket last week.
Oh, yeah.
So, I want to give everybody a full rundown of where we're at with all the horses, because some are going to be turned out, some are going to be stopped, some are going to have a start or two more, and we'll get right to it. AC Swan, we actually sold AC Swan. She raced bad, qualified bad, then trained bad, and really just didn't want to put out an honest effort. I talked to Jim Eaton about her, and he said, Anthony, probably just move her on, and that's exactly what we did. So AC Swan is no longer a stable.ca member. Affection is out in the field. She'll remain out in the field. We like to give them around 6 to 8 weeks, right? And some people say, oh, why don't you give them like a full 3.5 months? It's just too much. It's too much time off for the horses. And I really believe 6 or 8 weeks is a good number. Now, every horse is different. If the one's a little bit light still in the field, then fine. Give it more time and put some more weight on it. If one's, getting to be a little hefty at 5.5 weeks or so, then by all means, am I going the wrong way? No, I'm going the right way. Then by all means, bring the horse in. So Affection will stay out for another 6 weeks or so. Alibaba races tonight. I can't wait to see her race. This is, again, 2 weeks in a row she's racing. I'd like to see how this filly races tonight. Arson, Danny owns a big chunk of Arson. He's racing Tuesday. Oh, you're not even staying for Arson's race?
No.
You're sick. Arson is racing on Tuesday.
We were supposed to race today.
Well, I can't help it. I don't make the rules in Kentucky. Other people do.
Well, you should have made sure that he was able to race today.
Well, it never dawned on me he was good enough to race in the top tier.
Well, that's your job.
No, my job is to look pretty and do smart things. And most of the time, I do that.
We went straight last time.
No, it said turn right. Just following the thing. Oliver Lewis Boulevard or something, turn left. So Arson will race on Tuesday. Blanton's Blue went out to the field. Ended the year on a winning note. That was almost a world record. They were a tick off the world record in that last race, and it was not the favorite that won it. So Blanton's Blue is out in the field. I'd just like to see him come back in and put a good training camp, so to speak, in as a sophomore and come back strong as a 3-year-old, because he has all the tools. He clearly has the breeding, and I expect to be a decent horse for us next year. Born to Dance, he'll race in, he's a workhorse. That's the reason I bought a Dancing Yankee. Did I buy 1 or 2? I think I bought 2. I did buy 2. And the reason being, I don't mind the horses. They're workers, and they put in honest efforts. And although he did hurt my elbow, and he bothered me a little bit this year from time to time, he is turning into be a decent horse. And I think we'll race him in the Buckeye, I believe, maybe a fair, and he might fit the Consolation still. So another race or 2 or 3 for him. Did not know is training now, is jogging, and then will be training soon in Ontario. I just thought bring her back on a bigger track would probably make the most sense. Don't Talk About Bruno still has the Prospect Final, I believe, maybe one more leg, I'm not positive. But after that, he'll be turned out in the field. Drebin is a horse I want to give a little extra time to. I want to see how good he is when his knees cool down and he comes back as a 3-year-old, because there's a horse that really did put in an honest effort training down. Can't fault the horse for the way he trained. I really liked what I saw from him. So Drebin will come back. Let's see. He's been out for 3 weeks. Around the first part of December, around my birthday. December 1st, my birthday, Dan, in case you wondered.
Okay.
Yeah. Easy in the Turns is back in training now. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, oh, can we not get more of an update than she's back in training? Okay. She's eating good. She's shiny. She spends some time in the field. She's in training. There's not really a whole lot to report. I'm happy with her. I know the people that are training are happy with her. So that's where we're at right now with her. Electric Line is also in Ontario for the same reason that did not know. A little change of scenery. Get the horse on a bigger track and training down. Flashfly, my girl, just want to bring her back fat. Now, I know Jacob watches these sometimes. It's a busy time of year. Jake, I want to get a dairy cow back. I want a big fat filly back when I bring her back in. I love this filly, and she did put it. She tried all year and had some pop to her. I'd like to see what she can do as a sophomore. George of the Jungle's out in the field, getting 1 month off for George, and then he comes back in jogging. Great Bet's got 1 or 2 races left, and then he's done for the season. Gypsy Hill, we got the Curb crowd. He's got the Buckeye in the middle of the week next week in Delaware. He's got at least 1 race, but that might be his last race of the season. I think it is. I think that is his last race of the season. Then he'll go out to the field. I'm really frustrated that we had to race in the final, but those are the rules. Hallie in the Clouds is back in going now, I believe. Lots of time for Hallie, so just want to give her lots of time. I'm fancy like this filly races today. Today, or you know where we're at now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Today or tomorrow, or I think tomorrow maybe she races. Chris Page, I believe, is listed on her. She had a good race in her last start. Drew the outside. I was kind of hoping for an inside draw with her, but she still got this Buckeye, then I believe the Buckeye Consolation. So at least 1, if not 2 more races for our girl. I'm fancy like. I just want to make sure I didn't jump over anybody here. I do that sometimes. Insider Trading is going to the field. I know I had a couple of people email me and say, well, she's eligible in Indiana. Should we not go? No, we shouldn't go. Philly went through a pretty traumatic thing being stuck in the trailer. This is after she blew that pus pocket out of her foot. And then for her to come back, bleed in training, come back and race the way she did in her last stake race was truly impressive. And I don't think you guys truly grasp how tough that must have been for her. A hell of a mile, and she is going to be a nice sophomore because we are turning her out. That's why. We want to turn her out, have her go out on a good note, come back in sharp, feeling good. Another filly I want to see about 100 pounds overweight when she comes back in the barn. International Spies in Ontario jogging now. We'll start training him end of the month. I think he'll probably start training. Irresistible Sun still has the final of the Buckeye. Still has the Buckeye on Thursday, so a couple of big races left for our boy Sonny. J-Port Beach Boy's gone out to the field for the season. He'll remain out probably till December 1st, I suspect. Lonely Lakewood went to the field. Another horse. I could have went to Corbin, but you know what? I'm really disappointed with the trip we ended up with yesterday. Partially my fault. I thought it was the right move to make at the time. It ended up being a horrible plan, and he ended up getting chewed up a little bit on the front end. But I believe he will come back as broaden out his shoulders. He won't be interfering as much. He can do a little bit more on the track. He wants to do more than he's doing right now, which is a good thing. Lovers Play. They turned her out in the field the other day. I couldn't believe I saw the video of her playing in the field. So this filly got cast and hurt her pastern, and I really didn't know if she'd ever make the races. I hope she will, and she looks at the other day. She certainly made me feel like she would. If she doesn't, then I'm going to breed her. I love this filly. She was a really nice trainer training down, especially now that you look at how well the tactical landings are doing. I have no problem breeding her if she doesn't make it. Mick Paisley's out in the field also. I think actually she needs 3 or 4 weeks to work on a minor injury she had, and then she's going to the field for 6-8 weeks, which will be fine with me. Mel Gibbs Swan, 9-hole. Yeah, I wish he had raced him a little harder, but in the long run, maybe that's, maybe that'll do him some good. I know that he liked the horse, and he said he wanted to drive him in the final, and he thought he'd win the final with him. I think he was just trying to make me feel good because he knew I was pissed off that he took him off the gate and got away last with him. But that's all right. It's not the end of the world. Memory and Imagination. What a nice horse. You guys have no idea. For a horse to flip his palate, he has no control over that. Flip his palate, have an issue where it's bruised and sore, then come out, and we train the horse up at 58 and then decide to bring him to one of the toughest races where they go 54 flat last quarter, 27-1 today on a horse coming off that. Oh my God. That's what just goes to show how good a horse he is. Very, very happy with him today. I told you I had somebody come up to me and said, well, looks like you made the right decision. And I said, excuse me? He said, you decided to take Memory and Imagination to Kentucky instead of Pennsylvania, and it paid off. Obviously somebody that watches the videos. Militant was a little sick all week, and Eric, I told Eric, he's got the outside, expectations are tempered with him. He said he ate great today. They're going to do an SAA test on him tomorrow, so that's a serum amyloid A test just to see if there's any sickness in him. But he believes he's over it, and he thinks he's fine. He's coming in perfect, no, but he's coming in healthy. Mounds for All is going to race this week. Just a frustrating year with him, yes, but I think he's becoming a better horse. It's hard to see it on the right side of the program where all the money sits, but he is becoming a better horse. No Chance in Hill, again, same thing with him. Mike still hasn't crowded that lag. I know with Jug and everything, he's very busy. So hopefully we'll get it done this week. He's just jogging right now. Snap You, same type of thing. We'll probably blister her knees a couple of times. She's trained a couple of times now. Kick her out in the field. So she's going out. Chancey's going out. Paycheck Princess is out. We'll come back in. She might get a little more time because I want to give her more time just to grow up and mature. Pickpocket's in tomorrow. My God, he looks good. Say what you want. Eric's got the horses looking amazing. He looks like a dairy cow down here. He looks like $1 million going into tomorrow. Prince Charmer, I think you're going to see him bounce back well. I think we got a pretty good idea of what went on last time, and we're working on getting that cleared up. But he is going to be in the Buckeye on Thursday. I almost want to race him in the fair, to be honest. Pull the Shoes is going out to the field. Made that break on Market. Looks like she was going to be a major player on that race had she not made a break, but ended up coming back trotting and still got a check. Finished 5th. I love this filly to death. I think she's going to be a nice horse for us. At 3, Punch the Clock. I don't have to talk much about Punch the Clock and what our plans, hopes, and dreams are with her. She looks awesome. She's at Northfield right now in the Aqua treadmill every day. We'll jog her for a month starting October the 1st. And then if she jogs good for a month, out to the field for 4 or 5 weeks to grow up. She looks awesome at the track. Purple People Eater, somebody said, I don't understand how Purple People Eater fits she raced in the final. I said, it's not really her fault that she had to race in the final. She didn't race in the last Sire Stakes, so of course she can race in the last Buckeye, and that's exactly what she did. She's got the rail in the last Buckeye. Where are we at? Is this not just up here further? Oh, it's right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it. So Purple People Eater in Sedona Hill are racing in the last Buckeyes. They can't race in the final, but they can race in the Buckeye itself. Ready for Landing is back in now and jogging, I believe. Wanted to give our boy lots of time. I got high hopes for this guy. Do you want any of him? Ready for Landing? I love that colt. He's back in. If he's not back in now, he will be soon. I'm going over to Ontario this week on the weekend just to see how everything's going and make sure everything's all right. Talk to Harry, talk to Dominic and Mario, see what's going on with everybody. But for now, very happy with what I see from the horses going out, from the horses coming in. Really Don't Care has also gone to the field for a couple of months. I'm gonna need this. Happy with disappointed with the way her season turned out, but with what she could do as a 3-year-old, I'm excited and interested to see. I think she's going to be a really nice filly. Certainly bred to be. Are you all right to get out, or is that too close?
Yeah, that's right.
So Really Don't Care. Interested to see how she's going to play out as a sophomore. Rito's Ladies training down now. Again, interested to see what she's going to do. Royal Emeralds, lots of time. She's another one, a little extra time to grow up, because I'm going to tell you something. You're on a short leash and quit screwing around. And that is with Royal Emeralds. You know, this is a filly that was one of our best trainers, and at the end of the year just didn't really put in a full effort all the time. And maybe she was tired. Maybe she just had enough this year. We'll see how she races next year, but I want to see the filly that we trained down show up in training. Seasons of Love should be coming back in any day now. Want to give her lots of time to grow up too. She trained down good, was a nice looking filly, just got a little colt sore in June, and we turned her out and just let her fill out. So hopefully she has, and she will. Sedona Hill is in Wednesday, I think, at the Little Brown Jug Day. Wednesday or Thursday, one or the other. Sunset Acres Girls had a great year in Michigan. All of her starts, she finished in the top 3. Third in the final, which, you know, speaking a little greedy, I guess, a little disappointing, but come right back with a win last week. I think she's got 1 or 2 more starts for this season. Sweeney has been racing good, and I love Sweeney. We bid on his sister, did not get the sister, but man, he's going to be a nice call. I can't wait to race this guy at 3 also. 3rd and 6th, got a lot of work to do. You know, I was not impressed with the way he trained down at 2. He had moments where you're like, he could be okay, and then moments where you're like, he's terrible. And we turned him out, brought him back. He's jogging now in Ontario. Again, change of scenery, switch things up. We'll see how 3rd and 6th comes back. Time is on my side. We castrated him, turned him out in Pennsylvania. I don't know. I saw he was still at the track the other day. Did he get to Pennsylvania yet? I don't know, but that's the plan. He's going to have 2 full months. We'll bring him back soon, middle of November. Vaquero Blue Chip's gone out to the field. He's done for the season. We'll bring him back again. Same thing, middle of November. Victory Blue Chip be a little early. He went out before the other one. So around the end of October, we'll bring Victory Blue Chip back in. Watch your mouth again. Lots of time off for this guy. He's just been a nice colt. 2 wins. Raced very, very tough and raced good a couple of times. Oh, every time. And just gave him some time to grow up. His hind ankles were hurting him quite a bit. Widespread Panic. He's going out to the field a full 2 months just to grow up. I love this horse, and the sky's the limit. He's got a lot to do to clean up his game, but he is a nice horse, and I'd like to see him do that. And then we have Winter Bells. Just crushed him the other day in 56. I don't really know. I'm hesitant, but the Harvest Series is on the table for this filly. I guess we'll see how she seems this week, and if that's the route we take, then so be it. I'm okay with that, but we'll see how Winter Bells is over the next couple of weeks before we start really worrying about the Harvest Series. But it is on the table, and it is a possibility. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. We're all done the 2-year-olds now. You should be completely caught up. 3-year-olds I did earlier, racehorses, you had 2 doses of them because of the Wi-Fi crashing. I did your opening yesterday. We are going to take a little rest and then go to dinner later on and then pickpocket tomorrow. I cannot wait. Actually, we got invited to go out to Kentuckiana Farms tomorrow morning, so we're going to head out to Kentuckiana and view some yearlings for you tomorrow morning. Take care.